What's up, guys? It's Mr. Janvet, and today we're back on the Pokemon Showdown server. We're going to be using the circuitry team here. Please post your teams down below if you want to see them used. But before we get started, I want to give a huge shout out to my guy Ballhawk. He was actually one of the members of the first cohort. And what I found is that people will get the results early, and then they stop doing the thing that got them the results. And so Ballhawk was one of the probably the fastest grower. I don't know the word I'm looking for there. But he came in at like not even hitting 1300, and within a week he was 16 something, right? Pushing 1700. But throughout that entire thing, he was having a mental battle between breaking that big 1700 point because it was such a big jump in such a short span of time. And so he didn't manage to get it, but he got really close. And so, I guess he wasn't practicing as much and decided, I'm going to take it to them again. And he finally broke through 1700. Shout outs to Storm Zone. Was one of the teams that he passed in there. And so, boom. In under, like, literally within 2 hours, he posed at 1800. We're talking coming from 1400 to 1802. And it's just a matter of just following the process. And I'm really glad that he decided to just stick to it, because that's something we talked about. And so I know he's going to be killing it in the Academy Premier League as well. If you want to join and be a part of this, the link is in the description down below. Today's going to be the last day to join. Really looking forward. If you're interested in learning how to better team build, how to better, whether it's be in VGC or draft, whichever one it is, whatever your cup of tea. What am I trying to say? Whatever is your cup of tea, just leave it down below, and we'll take care of it. Really like my landers here. Because we need to get back up so the quality of the battles are a little better. Circuitry is almost useless here. Ideal situation is overwhelm landers. People tend to play landers relatively recklessly, so it shouldn't be too difficult. His Among Us is concerning though, and so I have to choose something to be put to sleep, and then potentially solo his team with Finny, potentially. It'll depend on a couple of factors, especially future type switching is Heatran. Future type plus Lando is very good. Rocks plus future type plus Lando. Okay, so he's certainly gonna start with the Among Us. So let's see what I'm gonna do here. Okay, I'll definitely take this, especially if he plays like the average ladder player, which is just gonna stay in. Okay, no, so it's likely choice card from Among Us made sense there, but I want to have control of the situation. Could double switch, right? I figured as much. So that gives me a lot of insight. Very much I'm going to predict you style of player, regardless of how much information he has about the opponent. And I guess because of my I'm guessing because of, I don't know if Guts can activate under terrain. I've never seen that interaction before, but that's very much likely what just happened. We're gonna mid-ground into Corv. There's several things that I don't want here, but Corv could be slower. My Corv is definitely slower than his Conch. So Heatran is like, and so not the best of situations yet, especially because the Tran could very likely just Magma Storm lock, which under the terrain will allow him to toxic me. That'll just depend on what kind of Heatran he is, which puts me in a disadvantageous position. So I'm not in the best spot. Very good double in the beginning, but now I know the psychology of my opponent. The question is, what is his psychology here? Or does it matter? So I like Finny a lot. But Magma Storm plus. Guess it's gonna come down to if the Finny is faster. Maybe not necessarily. Hopefully Circuitry can live one. Okay, so he goes for that, which is perfect. Just perfect. Especially because I'd assume Among Us would be his initial switch here, but he doesn't. Okay, perfect. So this allows for me to go into Finny, which avoids the. Okay, it's a Lava Plume variant. Right, so that avoids the. What am I trying to say? That avoids the. Why can't I speak? So taunt here on the Among Us, which shuts down, which this allows for him to. He probably could double to Heatran here, but he doesn't. Probably because he figures, okay, I can just go back to Tran anyway. But now that I know that his Tran is a Stealth Rock Lava Plume variant, it's a relatively safe Landorus switch. And now I can start punishing the Lando. Couple options here, but knockoff makes a lot of sense. But I don't want Heatran coming back in because I don't want Finny taking too many rocks repeatedly. Knockoff makes a lot of sense here. I don't want my item knocked off because SD Lando with rocks up is a huge issue for him. So, it's not as easy as I'd like. But I guess I don't need for it to be easy now, do I? Forced to go Corviknight here. If he knocks, then his best case. U-turn is fine. Is he committing to probably sub here? I'm just debating whether or not I want. I'll just U-turn first, yeah, in case he wastes the time subbing. Not waste it, but you get the idea. So let me think. Slow King. Let's see. Now I can you'll probably substitute. But the reason I was debating boosting on my Corv there is because I don't want to get too low. I didn't even realize my item was knocked off. I forgot about that. So like I'm pressed on retaining the health, but my item's already gone. So so many different options here. I guess it comes down to his speed tier, doesn't it? Let's see. Let's see what his speed tier is. Okay, so it's, oh wow, that's not great. Okay. So it's probably max, like if it took a banded U-turn, it's probably max. Which means I probably outspeed it here. I'd be shot, yeah. Which you don't want. Okay, so since Finny outspeeds the Suicune, then that puts me in a pretty solid spot. Because now that allows me to pivot to Slow King. Okay, I'll take that. Sludge Bomb probably breaks the sub. I'm just debating. Finny 1v1's the Slow King, the Suicune though. But since he's, well, I guess that the no, I can outplay that. So his Future Sight's here, Future Sight here. Yeah, he Scalds, right? And now you go for CM. Yeah. Okay, so he's committing to the Suicune. Fair enough. Yeah. Okie doke. Right. So let's just do this. So we forced the Suicune out, which I figured would happen eventually. But the rocks are starting to eat at me. But now he's in a spot where he has to attack. Yeah. So he has Clear Smog, which is what I was concerned about. I was like, shoot, if he has... Okay, confidently goes to Conk. Like, confidently goes to Conk. But since he has Clear Smog on the Amoonguss, that's a huge issue. Now, the only thing that can eat a Future Sight is Heatran. So I'm just thinking of ways how I could get that in. Or maybe I'm trying to get too much out of this, and that's just not in the cards. Meaning, for me to win, it might come down to just soloing him with the Slowking and the but he's not Guts. What is he? Knockoff. So I'll sack Circuitry here and put him in a spot where, okay, you're gonna give me a mine whether you like it or not. And the question is do you want it to be Conk Elder? Earthquake plus Future Sight kills any of his Pokemon except Landers. Okay, so it gives me a Amoonguss, which opens up Finny. He probably forgot about it. So, or he just, I don't know. But the fact that his Amoonguss is dead is huge, because that's the main reason I was keeping my Circuitry, because I didn't want Amoonguss. So I could see him doubling out to Conk here, just based on the nature of how he's been playing thus far. But the upside is he just took 25% on his Kyurem, right? So, didn't make the Conk decision. Freeze Jar did nothing. It could not. It could be unchoiced. I'm just curious of his Conk. It might be Assault Vest. The way he's playing the Conk, I'm like, maybe it's Assault Vest. I don't know. Yeah, he predicted my double switch there, and I almost went to Rillaboom there. So here would be a good Rillaboom turn. No, he's just leaving. Come on, man. Come on, dude. That's a big freeze right there. I mean, that's a big crit right there. I'm debating whether or not. Oh, shit. It's a big crit right there. Is he spexed? Yes. That's a big crit right there. Because I wouldn't have to switch. Because Freeze Dry did what? It's 36. But him sacking Kyurem means my Landers upon Swords Dancing just decimates him. I can't defog anymore, which is fine. He commits to the Mach Punch. Now you're at the mercy of my Rillaboom. Mach Punch knockoff. Maybe Ice. I just don't know what this is. But if I see him up with my Finian Star Draining Kiss, this is over for you, isn't it? What would his other move be? Mach Punch knockoff. Maybe Earthquake for picks. I could see that being a probability. Alright, so I'm gonna go to Rillaboom first, and I'm gonna Wood Hammer straight up. Okay, alright, bet. That works out perfectly for us. Right, Suicune comes in and we shut it down immediately. This is what the situation we wanted, right? We wanted to be able to see him infinitely. Because we can Draining Kiss Wow, that did nothing. But the taunt 2 times drink is. Yeah, let's see him again. Sure, we lose the yeah, perfect. That's why found it so odd how he played his Suicune, but maybe he just didn't know what else to do. Cause I'm like, I figured he didn't have the upper hand in the Suicune war. Like if he kept things around the way he did, but he could have really messed me up with the he sacked something early in the game. Among Us was a bitch to me. There was something else that he gave up. Kyurem. The Kyurem could have been really annoying. So I don't agree with him throwing it away. Obviously made the game easier, but you know, we want intense, like tricky, you know, maneuvering around type of games anyway. And the Landers, it's on every team. Xerxes is worthless once again, but Rocks plus Xerx is pretty damn good here. Pretty damn good here. And future sight switch-ins are Ferrothorn and Blissey. And what punishes both? Probably Rilla. Knockoff plus future sight's quite good. And then if I overwhelm that, I can probably sweep him with Finny. Finny's such an underrated sweeper. Such an underrated sweeper. But also, if that happens, then, well, no, we can't muscle through Buzzwell. But, ideally, I want him to throw away his Landers early. But it could be Scarf, just the nature of his team, you know, having Ferrothorn and whatnot. So I don't have anything that really shuts down Landers. So I have to lead defensively, which seems odd. Just on the off chance this is a defense, because I wanted the U-turn there predicting Ferrothorn, but I figured if he does go to Ferrothorn, what I can do is destroy Scarf. Yeah, I should be able to entice him to leave the Ferrothorn in versus Rillaboom, because he should knock slash. Do I want? I guess I want my ban, but I can do without. Yeah, nice crit, bro. But I know he's gonna stand for sure. Crit does suck because every bit of health matters. But yeah, it is what it is. We're just gonna have to play the long game. My team doesn't do well versus Ferrothorn. Oh wow, Gyro Ball plus knockoff, which it might be good for me, for Finny. Though I planned to kill this anyway, but you know, me allowing I did not expect Gyro Ball there. So he's gonna knock off here for sure. Yeah, I don't really have any answers to that. Damn. The reason I want to keep my Assault Vest is for Kyurem. But, I mean, honestly, Stealth Rock plus Slowking can solo his team. So I guess I'll have to play this a little differently than I initially anticipated. Man, how do I win this? Okay, I can forego my Landers' item. Yeah. If that means I get up rocks to prevent that Kyurem from doing whatever it wants. And then I have to give up a Mon. But we need to get rocks up because that Landers is likely choice. And it's going to keep repeatedly coming in. And we want to keep punishing that Lando. Yeah, I'm not pleased with how weak of the Ferrothorn I am. Like, I just struggle killing it. It spikes. Okay. I thought he'd knock here. So I'm gonna Swords Dance here, have him commit to spikes or Leech Seed. Yeah, because the grassy terrain wears off here. Then that forces Landers / Buzzwole, and he could stay into, which would be best case, because I can still defog. And plus, he might not want me to predict him as he goes to Landers, but he doesn't care. Doesn't care. Tough guy, huh? So we're just Stone Edge here. Best case is that he leaves it in to go for knockoff, forgetting, or he explodes. But I figured he'd U-turn likely out into Buzzwole. If the Buzzwole is not a bulky leftover set, then I can muscle through it eventually. If he goes back to Ferrothorn, that's amazing too. As I said, I want to keep pressuring the Landers to come in on rocks. Yeah, excellent. That's exactly what I wanted. Nice. And so now the Landers is enticed to saying, I know he doesn't have Protect on this. So now Finny is a huge issue to him. Huge issue. What's worse? Landers, Ferrothorn potentially lead seeding twice, or Landers coming in and getting all the lead seed back. Well, Landers isn't the biggest threat right now anyway. Stone Edge is doing 20%. I don't think he wants Landers dead. Well, Buzzwole as a mid ground makes sense. That's the best case for me because I don't want this could be banded, which means I don't want to go hard Corviknight here. So let's give him our Blissey here. I mean our Rillaboom here. Excellent. Ferrothorn has been beaten down. Could be lower. As I see Thunder Punch. That's really not something you see unless this shit is banded. But if that's not the case, then he'd Ice Punch here. Or go to Landers or go to Finny. And I want to... The reason I'm doubling the Corviknight is if he goes to Ferrothorn, I can Brave Bird. Corviknight defensively is a huge problem for him as well. Cure him. Interesting. That actually works out well for me. I get to Roost. If it's a Specs Ice Beam variant, I can Pressure Stall. Oh god, is this going to be that one Cure him set again? I don't see leftovers. So probably not, but okay. Is it like sub freeze dry or sub DD? I mean, if it's sub DD, what do I do? Sub DD, then Tapu Fini would have been the Mon. I want rocks to stay up. But if it's sub spike, I'd have to use a turn getting rocks back up. Let's find out. Okay, so it's just this set. Okay, so that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. That means Corviknight shuts that shit down. So yeah, Blissey, just boots. So I gotta be careful of the Blissey. I definitely gotta get some momentum going before I just rush in and do whatever I want. Future Sight probably kills Ferrothorn after rocks. Maybe this has Wish. That's my concern here. If it has Wish, and if it's banded Buzzwole, okay, so it's Rocker. Okay. Things aren't going exactly I'd like. So the Ferrothorn rocks, definitely Scarf Lando. And we still have to be mindful of his Finny being choiced. I mean, being fast. I've shown EQ. I mean, I've shown SD. Toxic, huh? Okay. So the Blissey, he let the Blissey get chopped down, which means my Slowking to it KOs this. But more importantly, Finny beats the Blissey now. And Corviknight. Corviknight honestly cannot be forced out soon. At this rate. It's gonna Stone Edge here. Yes. Yes. Excellent. Excellent. Yes. 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 Whew. Honestly, once Buzzwole goes down, like Corv plus, but I do want to defog now. Because he U-turns back out into probably Buzzwole and Landers dies. But if I let him U-turn out on Corvi, he goes back to Buzzwole. I have leftover so I can mitigate the damage. Let Buzzwole take the damage. I'm actually a really slow Corviknight, which I'm not fond of. Probably has taunt. These lefties. Oh, whoa, what? Oh no, no bueno. That future sight fucked me up. Not future sight, that shit. Now I gotta double on his Blissey. Yeah. If he goes Landers, then I get to yes. So I made a critical error versus the Blissey. Very, very critical error versus the Blissey. That is going to end up making this game a lot longer than it should be. Shit. I made a very critical error versus the Blissey. Versus the top of Finny, not the Blissey. Well, the Blissey too, but versus the top of Finny, because that allows. I should have roosted with my Corviknight, but I expected. I'm like, why would you go Finny if you're just gonna Nature's Man? That was actually a dumbass play. If you were gonna just if that's all you had, then that was a horrible play. But I'm like, okay, he must have something up his sleeve to use that Pokemon. So what I'm gonna do is try to poison this Blissey, right? Gonna set off a sight, just so if he's even dreaming about doing some funny shit. He actually gave me a slight opening. Oh, right. Future Sight was that turn. Okay. I'll give him Slowking, whatever. Because I just fucked that up. As I said, I needed to keep Kyurem super... what's his face? Super healthy Corviknight. And I'm not used to my Corviknights being... I don't like this at all. So I'm factoring the fact that my Corviknight should be faster than Blissey, but it's not. And obviously that's as fucking up the game, you feel me? And so now I'm in a spot where I'm damn getting Seismic tossed away. And now he opened up a little bit of hope because he sacked his Buzzwole. And that's why I said right here with the Ferrothorn, right? I need him to Gyro Ball here. If he Leech Seeds, kudos. If he Leech Seeds, kudos. I have Taunt. Yeah, oh, he knocks. Good play too. Scald +2. I don't think that does 18. I don't think it does 18, but I can hope. Okay, excellent. So I could have attacked him there. Now, he really put me back in the game by switching the Blissey out anyway, but that means I could have... No, it luckily worked out. He Scalded. And so now we just Draining Kiss spam. Give me a sec. Okay, so he's switching around a bunch. Oh, he's gonna Toxic me here. Well, actually, no. Maybe the yes. Yes, that crit came through. I threw that game. And sorry about my phone ringing, guys. But that's where we're gonna end the live. As you can see, this is why I said a short live, because nigga getting calls. But no, kidding. But yeah, if you want to join, definitely hit the description down below. I don't know why the fuck. No, I don't. I do not like the slow Corviknight bullshit. Do not like it. But I'm sure there are reasons. But 9 times out of 10, I prefer the normal speed tier one. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like button, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.